The second question that I have is how can we reduce struggle time for learning and list the best tips that really work. So we can reduce struggle time for learning by making it more interactive, either through class itself or peer-to-peer learnings. Many students or from K-12 to even college students are struggle with social interactions. If we can improve on these social interactions by creating groups that every student are comfortable in, and then learning will improve. The benefits of peer-to-peer learning is change how students view specific topics and open their mind up to new possibility, which can create a wider range of thinking. Another benefits that come through the peer-to-peer learning is the realizations of how well a student understands a certain topics. By explaining the topic to another peers, the students will be able to convey the informations, prove how well they know about it. The student could also gain a deeper understanding of the topic after explaining it and receiving feedback from the other peers. Practice these skills with peers lead to the student eventually being able to convey their thought and feeling about the school topic to the teachers or another adults, and it helps them to learn the general point of views that the adult have rather than the peers around that age. Hi, my name is Queen. I'm going to present my turn today. So the first questions I have is what is the physiologies of memories, and give every step of the memory informations in our brain. So the physiologies of memories in either process of encoding informations every day and store it, and then so we can recall it whenever it's needed. Memories is create who we are and define how we will become. We can divide the process into 3 steps. The first stage of the process is encodings, which is receive information about figures, events, senses, or people around us. The messages or the informations first enter our brain in the form of the nerve impulse and carry around by the neurons. The process of transferring from one neuron to the others by the neurotransmitters is called the neurotransmissions. The impulse later on are transferred to the cerebral cortex or our bodies. Storing is the second stage and is split into 3 types. Sensory memory, short-term memory or working memories, and the long-term memories. The messages first received we're gonna be stored in the sensory memory for a few seconds, and then importance for us that it's gonna move into the short-term memories by repeat using, seeing, or feeling the informations. That is gonna move into the long-term memories, and mostly gonna store in the cerebral cortex. The better we encode the messages, the easier for us to retrieve the information later on in the futures. However, there would be some mistake during the process, so that forgetting or misunderstood. The last questions I have is, if it were you who invented the radios, the telephone, or the aircraft, what would you have done differently to make the invention easier? If it were me, the one who invented the telephone, radio, or even the first aircraft ever, I would not change much about those inventions. The main difference that I would love to change from those inventions would be the implementations of the smaller scale for the radio on the telephones, which would make it easier for not only build it but also for user friendly. allowing them to carry them everywhere more easily than the original size of the inventions. The main reason why I would change the size is because the purpose of the inventions is not just communicate to each other's listening or but even transporting them between different places. There's bring people together. As for the building of the first ever aircraft, I would definitely try to make it lighter and more aerodynamic, so it would be easier for it to stay in the sky. If I was building the aircraft in our current time in 2020s, we would have way more knowledge about physics and engineering, and more access to better supplies for the making of the plan, which would ensure the best reason for the aircraft.